Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to another yoga flow. Today I have prepared a dynamic, fast, and effective class for you. We are here in Colombia by the mountains, and this will be a perfect flow for you to start your day right, stress-free, clear your mind. This is your feel-good, stress-relieving flow. It will include some dynamic moves as well as some fun arm balances. So if you are ready, go ahead and grab your mat, grab some water, and let's begin. Okay, my yogis, let's begin by finding a comfortable spot on our mat. Sit in cross-legged position. Roll the shoulders up and away from the ears. And close your eyes. Bring your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly. Let's do diaphragmatic breathing by filling up your belly first with air, and then your ribs, then your chest. And then on the exhale, lower the chest and lower the belly. Inhale, fill up your belly, your chest, and exhale, chest, belly. Continue like this, breathing in this wave-like motion, starting with your belly, ending at your chest, and then exhaling, chest, belly. Feel the stomach rise and the chest rise with each inhale. One last breath here. And exhale, release the hands from the body, and inhale, open up the arms, raise them up to the sky. Exhale, plant your hands behind your buttocks and raise your hips from the mat. Throw your head back if that feels good on your neck. And exhale, come back down. Let's cross now in the different position. So now your other leg is either in half lotus or the other leg is in front if you're not in half lotus. And inhale, open up the chest. Hands are placed behind you. And exhale, come down back to the mat. Good. Let's place our hands on top of our knees and roll the neck in one direction. Go ahead and roll in the other direction now. You can keep your eyes closed here to prevent getting dizzy. Good. And let's come back to center now. Inhale, arms up to the sky and twist towards your left. Your right hand is placed on your left knee. The other hand is behind on the mat. Seated twist. Come back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, the left hand now plants on the right knee. Twist to your right. Look behind you. Let's come back to center. Inhale, arms back up, palms together in Anjali Mudra at the center of your chest. Breathe deeply. Exhale all the air out. Let's connect with an intention here. An intention to make time for you. The world is so busy and life gets so busy. We forget to take these moments to really nurture ourselves, to really practice self-care, So let's set that intention to love ourselves deeply and make healthier choices every day. Now let's open up our eyes and come into tabletop position, and inhale, open up, look up. Exhale, tuck the chin in, tuck the pelvis in. Inhale up, exhale, tuck, and come into downward facing dog. Now see if you need to pedal out the feet to release tension in the hamstrings, since this is our first downward dog of the day. Make sure your hands and palms are firmly planted on the mat. Inhale, raise the right leg up to the sky and hook your thumb and index toes towards your left heel. Hold here. And send those toes, those right toes, towards the edge of the left foot. Release. The other side now. So now you're hooking your right heel in between your thumb and index toes of the left foot. And placing the toes, the left toes, towards the right edge of the right foot. Release, coming back into down dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward like a wave into Phalakasana, plank. Send those hips back, coming back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Chaturanga elbows as you come down into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And coming back into downward facing dog. Roll forward again, vertebra by vertebra, and send those hips back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend those elbows into Chaturanga stance, coming into a up dog. Look towards your right, look towards your left. Still warming up the body here, coming back into down dog, pedaling those feet out a bit more if that feels good for you right now. Step or jump forward into Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, and hug your feet, hug your legs, and you can have a slight bend in the knees here. You're going to aim to keep your belly towards your thighs if that is possible. You can bend your knees as much as needed for this. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Jump back into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep those toes tucked under for just a beat. And untuck. Step or jump into Malasana, Yogi Squat. Palms in Anjali Mudra at the center of your chest. You can wiggle side to side to work out the kinks in the body. Do a semicircle on the ground with your right hand to wrap it around your right knee and reach for that opposite hand into a bind. Now look down and bring the weight of your body to your left foot, your left side, and slowly come on up with that knee still in a bind. Now see if this is possible. If not, you can just omit the bind for today and come with the knee bent towards the chest. Release and extend the knee to come into an L shape with the body, and send that foot back into Virabhadrasana 3. Yogi's choice for your hands here, but just make sure to keep those hips square. And send that foot back, coming into Virabhadrasana 2. Quickly coming into Parsvakonasana, and then into Peaceful Warrior. Look up. See if you can hook the thigh with the right hand. Back into Parsvakonasana, and this time you're going to extend the knee to find your Trikonasana. Keep that arm towards the sky, that right arm towards the sky. Exhale, coming back into plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or jump forward, coming back into malasana. So we get to do that now on the other side. So let's go ahead and do that semicircle on the ground with the left arm, wrapping it around our left knee and finding the bind. Look over your shoulder, up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. Now carefully look down and bring the weight of your body towards your right, slowly coming up with that knee bent. Find a drishti, find a point of focus in front of you. And we tend to really tense up our face in positions like these, so try to relax. And extend the knee in front of you, and it's okay if you lose your balance a bit like me. Coming into that L shape. And sending that foot straight back into Virabhadrasana 3. And oops, lost my footing there. Make sure those hips are square. And send that foot back into Warrior 2. Knee is above your ankle. Your gaze is forward. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, peaceful warrior. See if you can hook that left hand onto the right thigh, looking up towards the sky. Inhale back into side angle. Extend the right knee and find your Trikonasana. And sending that left arm up towards the sky. Hands down to the mat, coming into plank pose. Inhale and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing deeply. And exhale with a sigh. Again. Exhale through your mouth. Send the right leg back up to the sky. Open up the hips. This time your shoulders are square. Bend the knee. And just do little circles here with the knee. Opening up the hips a bit more for some fun poses we are going to do. Bring that knee towards your chest. Lean forward. And place that foot in between your two hands. Left knee is on the mat. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Hands back down to the mat. Coming into half split, half Hanumanasana. And back into forward lunge. Inhale, half split. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And now coming into that split, if that is within your practice, you could put blocks here on your hands to give you a bit of more height. Or you can continue into that half split, bringing more flexibility to your legs and your hips until you can eventually achieve this. Hands back down to the mat and bring the front foot back until you find yourself back into a child's pose. Roll yourself forward and come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg goes up to the sky. This time open up the hips, your shoulders are square. Bend the knee and doing those circles with the left hip this time, circling the knee in and away from you. Extend back up to the sky and bring it forward towards your chest. Lean forward and hold. Exhale, place that foot in between your two hands. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Half split. Inhale, forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, forward. Exhale, half split, or see if you can come into Hanumanasana. And one side might be more or less flexible than the other. And wherever you are is perfectly fine. Use those props if you need them. You can use books if you don't have blocks. And coming into a straddle pose. Breathe here. Grab your big toes with your hands and come forward into Upavishta Konasana, bringing the chest towards the mat, towards the ground. And when your spine begins to round up, that is as far as you can safely take this pose. Bring the soles of the feet together and grab the outer edges of your feet to extend and open up into Upavishta Konasana B. Send the head back. Slowly bring the head back to neutral position. Release the legs and coming back into Upavishta Konasana, remembering to lower down with a straight spine. Release. And let's send that right leg back so that the top of your foot is on the mat and your left leg is across. So they're in sort of like an L shape, and you're going to bring the weight of your body down to the mat. Tuck the right toes under and bring yourself back into downward facing dog. Let's do the other side now. So now the right leg comes across the mat. The left top of the foot is on top of the mat. Coming down with the body. Inhale, come on up and to downward facing dog. And now let's lift up the right leg up to the sky, bending the knee and trying to bring that knee towards your elbow. Plant the foot on the outer edges of the mat and walk it into the center. Your arms are a little bit further back into Chaturanga arms and find your Ekapada Kundinyasana. And if this is not in your practice today, you can stay in a lizard or a lunge position. And meet me in downward facing dog. Let's do the other side now. So the other leg goes up to the sky, bending the knee and trying to touch that knee towards the left elbow. Plant the foot next to the hand and walk it towards the center of your mat. Chaturanga elbows. Your right elbow is supporting the right side of your rib cage and the other elbow is supporting your leg. And coming into upward facing dog and exhale, meet me in down dog. And let's come onto our knees now. Sitting yourself onto your heels, your toes are tucked under. And please make sure that all the toes are tucked in properly. So sometimes the pinky will stick out a bit. Just make sure that it's getting that good stretch. Close your eyes and catch your breath here for a second. Relax the face. And let's come into Ustrasana or camel pose. Your knees are as wide as your hips. Bring your hands towards your hips. And most people would try to just straight into back bending here, but it's a lot better if you activate your quad muscles, your ab muscles, and give yourself a zombie lean to the back. And once you're further back enough to grab your heels, do that, and then find that back bend. And for people like me that have problems at the low back, it's a lot more accessible to find camel pose this way. Finding that zombie lean and then finding the back bend. Coming into Balasana, Child's Pose, and taking a rest here. Take a breath. You can find a different variation here by bending the elbows in Namaste Mudra with your hands behind your head. And slowly come back up. Let's do baby crow pose. So same principle, keeping the body small, keeping those quads really close to your abdomen, but your elbows are on the mat this time. You bring those knees a little bit higher up than your triceps to give you a little bit more height. Lean forward like you're trying to touch the chin with the mat and lift off the legs, finding that baby crow. So it seems easier, but it's actually a lot harder. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, arms back down to the mat, hands down to the mat. Extend the feet in front of you. Grab the toes and send the head back, and coming into plow pose, grabbing onto those toes still. Roll forward, finding that V shape again with the body. Find your balance. And bending the knees, grabbing the outside edges of your feet. And this time, instead of throwing your head back, you're going to bring your body small. Kind of like you're in a forward fold, but your sacrum and your buttocks is on the mat. Release the feet and the legs in front of you. Coming into a twist, and you can be here in this twist if this feels good for you. If you want to take it a step further, you can go ahead and try to wrap your left arm around the right knee and find the bind behind your back into Marichasana C. Release the bind and release the leg in front of you. Then let's do the other side now. And you can just hug the knee into that torsion, looking behind your left elbow, or you can try to bring that bind into a much deeper torsion. Release the bind. And let's come down onto our back now. Send those feet, those soles of the feet up to the sky, up to the ceiling, and breathe here. And point the toes now. And send those toes back into a plow pose. And slowly, vertebra by vertebra, release back onto the mat, trying not to lift up your head here, except for when you make it all the way down to the bottom. And then you lift up your head, place the crown of the head on the mat, finding a fish pose. You can stay in fish pose, or you can raise the legs up towards the sky, toes are pointed, and your hands are also pointed up towards the sky, palms are together. Hands back down to the mat, find the fish pose, and then tuck the chin into the chest to release. Cross the right leg over the left into eagle legs and finding a laying down torsion. Make sure that that right elbow is planted firmly on the mat. And let's do the other side now. So now the left leg wraps over the right. Eagle legs. Send those legs towards the right side. Your gaze is towards the left, making sure that that left shoulder stays grounded. Come back to center and release the legs. Lift up the pelvis from the mat, interlace the fingers behind your back, finding your Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Release the bind, bring that back down to the mat, release the legs, finding your final posture here, Shavasana. Bring those shoulders down, make sure that your back is straight and aligned with your neck. Releasing the weight of your body onto the mat. Releasing the practice. And allowing all those benefits to soak in. If you would like to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, feel free to pause this video here. And if you're ready to come out with me, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your head side to side. Hug the knees into your chest. You can wiggle side to side if that feels good. And let yourself drop onto your right side. Slowly come back up to seated, aiming to keep those eyes closed. Let's finish the way we began by doing that diaphragmatic breathing. Hand on the belly, left hand on the chest, feeling the breath as it goes in towards your belly and opening up the chest, and on the exhale the chest lowers, the belly lowers. Inhale, belly, chest. Exhale, chest, belly. Release the hands, palms are facing up. Inhale. And exhale all the air out. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra at the center of your chest. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Inhale. Loka Samasta Suki no Babantu. May all beings be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, yogis. I hope you have enjoyed and you feel super relaxed. If you have liked this class, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a like and let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.